Hello, Jags. I'm Mary Hawkins Butler, and I am honored to be your mayor. I'm your biggest fan. Not only do you compete athletically, but also academically. Oh, we are so proud of you. You compete locally, you compete regionally, and nationally. We know that the time is now. You can make your mark. Go out and get it. Nothing is impossible. We are behind you, and we love you.
At Merit Health Medical Group, our mission is to provide high-quality health care in a convenient hometown location. Our team of primary and specialty care providers is here to take care of your family's immediate medical needs. With over 30 clinics and numerous specialties in Central Mississippi, we're here to help you live a happier, healthier life. Merit Health Medical Group. Good health is just around the corner.
At Mac Hike, football is in our blood. It's about teamwork, hard work, and dedication. Kind of like selling cars. And Mac Hike, well, we're the best in the game. You won't find lower prices on new trucks anywhere else than at Mac Hike. No matter what brand you pick, you always get up to $14,000 off MSRP on your new Ford, Ram, or Chevrolet. And that's what's called having skin in the game. Visit any of our 5 Mac Hike locations today.
Get that great Mac Hike feeling.
Quality, integrity, and excellence. Kincaid's Fine Clothing, Old Town Square, Ridgeland.
Welcome to the Coach Anthony Hart Show here on the Madison Central Football Network, mcbigblue.com, Super Talk Mississippi 97.3. As always, brought to you by Kincaid's Fine Clothing. And you're looking sharp today, Coach, with your Kincaid's clothing on there. And coming off a big win against Northwest Rankin 24-7 in a game that I really felt like you dominated, especially the second half.
Yeah, I thought we did. We came out a little sluggish, I guess the way to put it, in the first half. But, we did some good things in the first half. We kept the football most of the half. We played really good defense all but one drive. And got over. I guess we got over the hump after halftime and had a better second half.
Yeah, it just I don't want to use the word sloppiness. It just wasn't as clean in the first half as it was in the second half, and it had a lot to do maybe with the heat, things like that, just getting going. But to hold them to only 25 yards on the ground, 61 in the air for a total of 86 total yards, defense showed out as well as the offense. But the defense truly the story of the second half, not even allowing a first down out of the Cougars in Northwest Rankin.
Yeah, they played well on defense. We made a couple of mistakes early, things that I heard Coach Roberts and them go over and over during the week, and we blew them early, but we corrected it and cleaned it up for the second half.
Creek Robertson, not the biggest man on the defense, but he led the way with 7 tackles. He plays hard for you, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. He's a smart football player. He's all over the field. He's one of the best ones we have out there.
Joseph Perriman in there with 5 tackles. You had some other guys in there. C.J. Barney, Quintavious Hogan, all in there, a couple of sacks. Just a good all-around effort on defense. And then Duke Arnold getting a pick on an interception, going both ways, and playing a little defense Friday night as well. It was a good thing to see him do that on defense.
Yeah, we've been talking about him playing both ways, and it's so hot you have to pick your poison on it and be careful. But because of some of the injury situation we had Friday night, we had to do that. And JT, one thing you don't realize probably, that all those names you just mentioned are underclassmen. Right. They'll always be all of those guys will be back next year. That's
a good thing. That's a good problem to have, and playing them early and doing that as well. I just dominated the game on time as well. Really doubled them up almost, 33-29 for Madison Central. Northwest Rankin had it only for 13 minutes and 52 seconds. As I said, Northwest Rankin ran 7 plays plus 2 points in the second half, 2 punts rather in the second half, and literally just wore them down to nothing, and were able to walk away with a big win.
Yes, we were, and you keep the football that long, you're not going to give up a lot of points, and you're moving the football to be able to do that. And I was proud of our guys. The way we maintained drives without major mistakes, and finished them. finish them.
Had a few more penalties than we've had the other few games we've had earlier in this year, but
Well, I'm going to tell you, I'm not going to put a lot of stock in those penalties.
all right.
I'm going to say that
we'll leave it at that.
we didn't have as many as you think we did.
We'll return here on the Coach Anthony Hart Show here on the Madison Central Football Network, mcbigblue.com and Super Talk Mississippi 97.3.
Whether you're looking for a mortgage to help with that starter home, want to start saving for law school, need a business loan for your bakery, or a personal loan for your dream car, we'll be here. No matter what your financial goals may be, we can help tailor a plan to help you reach them.
Accidents aren't planned. Mississippi Sports Medicine Orthopedic Urgent Care. You're in, you're out. You're better.
It's game day. All you should be worried about is the score, because we've got the food covered. With fresh, never ever frozen chicken fingers, craveable cane sauce, crispy crinkle cut fries, and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
Hey, 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 it's a beautiful day in Georgia blue. It's like a home-cooked meal. How mama makes you feel, that's what we do. Oh yeah. The time is now to make memories with all your friends. We'll be looking for you, so y'all come on in. This family around here, it's Georgia blue.
In Madison, see your good neighbor State Farm agent Rodney Stokes for your insurance and financial needs.
Welcome back to the Coach Anthony Hart Show here on the Madison Central Football Network, mcbigblue.com, Super Talk Mississippi 97.3. Always brought to you by Kincaid's Fine Clothing in Ridgeland. Coach, a 24-7 win over Northwest Rankin. We discussed the defense. Offensively, Jaguars pretty efficient. Jimmy was 7-11 for 71 yards, plus he threw a touchdown pass, the very first one of the game. Kind of set the tone there. I know they were expecting him to run. And comes out, makes a big pass, and gets it out there, and Logan Reed with a nice catch, and that TD catch to get it started, kind of set the tone for the game.
Yeah, that's 2 weeks in a row that we've led the game off with a touchdown between those two guys. And Jimmy does a good job doing what we ask him to do in the passing game. Jimmy throws the ball a lot better than people give him credit for sometimes, I think, and I think he does a good job with it. And Logan's made his plays when he's had the opportunity.
Blake Gunner working out of that tight end / fullback position, led the team with 24 yards. He's a nice option for Jimmy, isn't he?
Big old 10th grader. You know, we're going to have him 2 more years after this year, and we're excited about Blake. He gets better every practice. Coach Davis works hard with him as a slot receiver and an H-back and the things he does, but he's a good target for us and does a good job.
Coach, I know we're going to talk about rushing, but it looks like we're going to talk about the rushing the ball here in a little bit, but it looks like as far as receivers, it's still receiver by committee. We got quite a few talented young men out there, some underclassmen, even just a lot of big targets out there. Kind of getting a lot of rotation out of those guys. Yeah,
we don't have what you would call just a pure go-to guy. We have a lot of guys that work hard and are doing a good job with that. And like you said, it's kind of by committee. You may see a different guy catch it each game.
Yeah, spread it around to 6 different receivers. Holiday 10 carries for 39 yards and a touchdown. Looked like he kind of got a break out there Friday night. We let Duke Arnold take over. He had 14 carries, 73 yards, and a touchdown. Javarius Jordan, 12 carries for 81 yards. I know he got a little nicked up in the game. But then a little shift in the backfield. Greg Hollins, 11 carries for 64 yards. I thought he ran the ball hard. Now, I do admit Northwest Rankin was worn down at that point. But still, Greg hit the hole hard. I thought he looked a nice little breath of fresh air there.
Of our 3 backs, Greg's probably the fastest one, just pure speed. But those are 3 good, solid running backs we have, and you throw Jimmy in the mix, we've got 4 of them. And, that's something that we have known all along that we have, and this is the first game we've really got them all 3 in there like we did Friday.
Coach, I noticed Duke lining up a quarterback a little bit, or the wild jag, whatever you want to call it, doing some different things. We haven't seen everything in the bag of tricks yet, have we?
No, and you'll see a little bit of that more and more as we go through the year.
I like it. I think I like it. I like it a lot. Maybe we can freak him out one day, let him throw a pass to Jimmy, and then it really go.
We better go slow on all that.
257 yards, 71 in the air, 328 total yards, and a nice win for Madison Central over Northwest Rankin. We'll come back. We'll preview the Pearl Pirates, who is our opponent here tonight in the Jungle. We'll do it after this timeout here on the Madison Central Football Network. Welcome back to the Coach Anthony Hart Show here on the Madison Central Football Network, mcbigblue.com, Super Talk Mississippi 97.3. Brought to you by Kincaid's Fine Clothing. We've got the Pearl Pirates in the Jungle, both teams undefeated, Coach, and here we go, another 1-2 matchup. Everybody and every media and every TV station and everybody wannabe is going to be in the Jungle trying to cover this game, and that's a good thing. We've been through this once before, and I guess that gives us maybe a little advantage having to deal with that since we've been there and done this, got the T-shirt.
Yep, you know, we've done it once, and proud to get the opportunity to do it again.
Sure.
Especially from the athletic director standpoint, it'll be a good draw for us with a lot of people at the ball game. And you know, Pearl's a great team, physical, fast, and you know, we better come out and be ready to play. You know, or they're going to stick it to us.
Well, Coach, we know what they're going to do. They like to run the ball. They average 285 yards a game on the ground, all behind that senior tailback, Kenyatta Harrell. He is something else, 742 yards just in the first 3 games, 12 touchdowns, averaging almost 250 yards per game. This is a very talented young man.
Yes, he is. He plays hard. You know, it's not something that, you know, you go out there and just see a guy just playing strictly off talent. He's going to run the football hard every time he gets it, and you know, he'll run around you, run over you. He's a physical kid and has a good offensive line in front of him, good solid quarterback, and a couple good receivers. They don't throw it that much, but they're there. They're there.
They will throw it, though, Coach. A couple of about 4 touchdowns, about 473 yards so far with passing this year. And they have to do it just to give Kenyatta a break there and every once in a while. Do need to throw the ball. They've worked it to 3 different receivers, but really that ball game and their ball game really is around Harold, that tailback, who is exceptional. Coach, defensively, what will you do when you're looking at somebody as powerful as this guy is? Is there any way different that you prepare for a very talented back like this, or you just go about your regular business?
Well, you know, first of all, you can't recreate the wheel. You know, you've got to just do what you do, and you look at this as prepping for on down the season. You know, you don't change what you do, because if you do, then next week you got to go back and redo. So, you know, this is a ball game that I like, because it's before off week. Mm-hmm. It's a great opponent, a great physical opponent. So we're going to get more physical. We're going to get more sound in what we do. And if we have some bumps and bruises after this Friday night's game, we'll get healed up next week.
Is it hard? I know a lot of times in practice you guys try to mimic somebody like Kenyatta Harrell. Is that something you've been able to do this week in practice to try to prepare the defense for this guy?
You can't go out there and blister each other in practice like it's going to be Friday night, or you'll have folks hurt, and then you won't be able to play to a high level Friday night. So you got to kind of pick your poison, and you got to kind of get them all on the field for Friday and not have them all hurt.
It's a challenge not only here at Madison Central, but all schools, even in the collegiate and NFL level now.
No doubt.
You've seen it as we've watched here in the beginning of the seasons. You know, tackling's starting to get better because it's so hard to do it in camp and in spring. Because of the fear of trying to get people hurt. The game is as vicious as it's ever been, and you save the hitting, the hard hitting, for when you get to game time. Coach, it's good to be back in the Jungle, second home game of the year. Got a big crowd coming with Pearl, 1 versus 2. It ought to be a heck of a matchup Friday night, and it'll be a good measuring stick for the Jaguars.
Yeah, we're really looking forward to it.
Well, I wish you the best of luck, coaches, staff, students, players, and everybody. Hope we can pull off a win against these Pearl Pirates. 3rd Rankin County team in a row. Here we go.
Here we go.
You've been listening and watching the Coach Anthony Hart Show here on the Madison Central Football Network, brought to you by Kincaid's Fine Clothing. We'll return to the field after this timeout.
You made a promise to work, to lend a hand, to push, to build, to invest yourself, to make a difference. You made a promise, and so did we. To Mississippi, to each other. Bank Plus, it's more than a name, it's a promise.